Before the commencement of the program, I would pay my humble tribute to our founder chairman, late Dr. P. Ibrahim Haji, who built the foundation to pursue our goals. Also, all other members of the board who combined efforts made this institute successful. First of all, it's my honor to welcome our today's chief guest, Mr. Suyog Shetty, CEO, New Age Solutions, Bangalore. We, the PHDC team, extend a warm welcome to you, sir. I request our Mullah Ibrahim to welcome our today's chief guest with a sapling as a token of love. It's my honor to welcome Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim, Managing Trustee, PA Educational Trust, who always been supportive and encouraging for the development of PAHGC. Wholehearted welcome to you, sir. I request our Principal, Dr. Sarfaraji Hashim, to welcome sir with a sapling. I extend a warm welcome to Mr. Abdul Latif, the trustee of PA Educational Trust on this occasion. I request our AGM, Mr. Sharfuddin PK, to welcome the trustee with a sapling. I extend a warm welcome to Mr. Mohammed Shafi, Trustee, PA Educational Trust on this occasion. I request Dr. Syed Amin, Dean Student Affairs, to welcome the trustee with a sapling. Now I welcome Mr. Mohammad Amin Ibrahim, Trustee, PA Educational Trust on this occasion. I request Ms. Vanishri, IKC Coordinator, to welcome the trustee with a sapling. I now welcome Mr. Mohammad Salman Ibrahim, Trustee, PA Educational Trust on this occasion. I request Ms. Nurjan Begum, HOD, HSS Department, to welcome the trustee with a sapling. I now welcome Mr. Zubair Ibrahim, Trustee, PA Educational Trust on this occasion. I request Ms. Delcy, HOD of Department of Food Science, to welcome the trustee with a sapling.
Consulting company helping business to transform their business using technology and delivering digital solution at scale. In his prior experience, CEO worked for close 15 years with some of the leading IT consulting firms like Wipro and Infosys, and played various roles across delivery, consulting, and sales organization. CEO brings immense knowledge and proficiency, particularly in the media and entertainment domain across OMS, studios, and content broadcasters. CEO has transformed Navia's solution into one of the leading partners for Google Cloud platform in India. As a Google Cloud partner today, Navia helps its customer in their digital transformation roadmap by providing consulting, migration, cloud-native development, infrastructure modernization, data analytics, and cloud security. We request our chief guest to address the gathering with your thought-provoking words. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. And good afternoon, everyone who's been present here. I would like to thank the principal and the entire management team of DA for inviting me and make me be part of this ceremony today. I just have 10 minutes before and some of the things I would want to share is my journey, how I was on the other side, like you guys, till where I am today, right? And there are certain learnings which I would want to share. When I passed out, decades. Like you, thousands of people, I was part of the entire group of people and engineers who passed out, and I was just one of it, right? And it is very tough for an engineer. Like it's not that I was one of the smartest in the whole group. I just was barely good enough to get into a campus placement. But there are certain learnings in my past 15 plus years of career which has helped me to kind of be where I am today. And those are the ones which I would want to share with you. I'm hoping that that will help you in your careers as well. I think when you get out of this and then be part of a larger workforce, there are certain things which help me a lot, right? 10, 20 years back, there was no direction like what you guys get today, right? I was not even sure why I did engineering in my first place, right? At those times, it's the parents who actually push you into doing stuff, and I was one of them. But I think over the period of time, I've figured out how to survive and kind of thrive in this competitive world. And I think there are three main points I would like to kind of bring out which help me. I think the first one is the attitude and the approach towards your work, alright? I think this is the biggest differentiator which stood out for me in the entire career. Because your approach towards something, your attitude towards something could make an average, make someone really good, or someone who's academically someone who's really good to make look average, right? To give you a small example, we hire both engineering and non-engineering graduates to our organizations today. I think we had someone from a non-engineering grad who joined the operation teams few months back. And I think the job is to make sure they help us operationally, run the organization. And I think this guy, who's just completed his BCom, was, and one of the areas where he was helping us is kind of managing the whole operations, ticketing, transportation part of it, right? In spite of his background, I think, he went out of his way to kind of help us optimize the cost. And this is nothing to do with, his day-to-day activities. This is something which he went out of his way to do that, right? That allowed him to stood out of the many people who, actually join us. And trust me, out of the 100 people who join us in the organization, 99% of them don't try to go beyond what they're supposed to do, right? And this is what is most important when you join the workforce. It's important that you carry that positive attitude in your workplace and look at options and opportunities where you can add value to the organization or to the customers whom you are working with. The second one is, which is something which we follow rigorously in DBS, is a continuous learning process. I know all of you guys are graduating out today, and some of you guys would probably get into higher education, and some of you might get into the workforce. I think one thing which is very important is, whether it is 2 years, 3 years, or 10 years into the careers, making sure that you are always in the process of continuous learning, right? Now, this could be in the area where you are working, or the industry where you're working, or the skill set or the shortcomings where you feel you're not great at, right? But I think this is something which is a continuous process, and it is important that you understand and identify those areas where you need to kind of build your expertise and learnings on, and make sure that you continuously do it over a period of time. The third one, being consistent, right? I know it's some of you have some knowledge of accounting. It's like a compound interest, right? Over a period of time, the smaller things you do and consistently you do it over a period of time, gives you result. So make sure that the area which you have picked up, whether it's learning, whether your workforce, or anything which we are starting off, make sure you're consistently doing it day in, day out, right? And I think over a period of time, and that is what is going to give you a multiplying factor in terms of your success. The last one is, which is the most important thing now that the first three is very easy to understand, is the clarity of what you want to do and why you are doing it, right? It took me about 15 years to figure that out, and various jobs, various roles to do that. But today I think you have a better ecosystem to understand what you're good at and what kind of impact each of you guys could create. So it's important to identify and work towards it and not waste 15 years like me to identify in where I am today. So I think it's important to understand why you're doing it, and I think if you start exploring and looking at options, trying out different things, you definitely reach that point. Right? With that, I would want to kind of congratulate all of you guys passing out today and wish you all the best, in your future careers and your higher education. I know some of you are getting into that, and good luck with your careers going forward. Thank you again for your time. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for your efforts, guidance, and words of encouragement. Trust PE Educational Trust. Sir, we are eager to hear from you.
Good afternoon to one and all of you present here today. Mr. Suyog Shetty, our Chief Guest of the day, Trustees, Mr. Abdul Latif Ibrahim, Mr. Mohammed Shafi, Mr. Amin Ibrahim, Mr. Zubair Ibrahim, Bilal Ibrahim, Adil Ibrahim, our Managing Trustee, Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim, Director of Finance, Mr. Abbakka, Principal, and various dignitaries on and off the dais. Today is a very special day for each one of you and for your parents who have come to attend one of the final milestones in the education career of their children. I would not say the last one, but one of the last. As a parent, from the first steps into education as a school child, they're looking forward to see each of their children reach this pinnacle where they complete successfully their education. The smile that the parents have in their faces are something that is priceless and something that needs to be definitely cherished at this point in time. Like I said earlier in the morning, I would like each one of you to make sure that the happiness on your parents' faces, they last forever. And for whatever they have done, whatever favors they have bestowed on you, you should work extra hard to ensure that they are satisfied with all the hard work they have done, ensuring that you are becoming a successful individual. I would request each one of you to give a big round of applause for the parents out here today. Without them, we would not be here today to cherish this very event. Like it was mentioned by our chief guest, a few points that I would like to share with all of you. Education doesn't stop here. Whereas you have just gained the skills which are required to enter into the challenging job market of today. These skills need to be upgraded very rigorously in order to attain the successes that each one of you are looking for. We were having a discussion with the chief guest himself. He said there aren't any colleges or universities which are giving them the right fit candidates for for them to employ directly. What they do is they take the children and then they train them. So this is a process that is done as because specializations have increased further and further, and employers want the exact match, and for that there is a need that students keep their education journey going and upgrade their skills from time to time.
Respected Chief Guest of the Day, Mr. Suyog Shetty, my brothers, the trustees of PA College, the Finance Director, Mr. Abbakka, the Principal, Mr. Sefraz Hashim, and all the functionaries of PAET, our dear parents, and most of all, our beloved students. I would like to know how many of you want to become successful in business? How many of you want to take up business as your actually goal? Please raise your hands. Okay. How many of you want to take administrative roles? Let it be high senior administrative roles. How many of you? You can raise your hands. Very few. How many of you want to see where life takes you after this? Raise your hands. So there's a big portion of the crowd that need to figure out what they want to do. It's fine, there's still time. You can consult with the right people and figure out what you want to do. However, for those who do want to become truly successful businessmen and administrators, there are some set of qualities that we require to adopt. Because these roles require an overall balance which is more than just having the skills. The first thing is faith. We need to know our Creator, why we're here, what does He expect of us, where we're going. It's very important to know our purpose that we have been brought here for. So to find those answers is a major priority as a human being. Number two is knowing ourselves. We need to know ourselves. What qualities we have, what qualities we possess, what need to be acquired, or what needs to be left to others to do. See, we cannot try to grab everything and try to do everything and become the master of everything. Sometimes we need to critically assess. What we don't have, we need to adopt. What we find difficult to adopt, we need to take the help of others using people skills. Warren Buffett, how many of you have heard of Warren Buffett? Raise your hands. We need it to be a little bit more interactive so that you can stay with us. See, Warren Buffett, as he's called the Oracle of Omaha, says that he is very careful in what he decides to invest in. He will not invest in what he doesn't understand. For a person of such seniority in age and in business caliber, to accept that there are things that he still doesn't understand in the business world is something marvelous. Which means that not necessarily we might understand everything at one shot. There are things we may not understand. So we shouldn't jump into things that we don't fully understand. It's a very important quality to critically assess what we know and what we don't know and what needs the help of others. Next is discipline. You heard about discipline for all the years that you've been here. But what I want to explain is that you need to understand as graduates that discipline is freedom. Discipline is freedom. How is it freedom? We are not enslaved by our moods, our whims and our fancies. It allows us to make impactful, unemotional decisions for the betterment of ourselves and those around us. That is why discipline is freedom. We need to take care of our health. Maybe for your work, when you become successful businessmen, as senior administrators, you might need to travel a lot, as we are in a globalized world. When you need to travel, you need to be very careful of how you take care of your health. Otherwise, it will affect the longevity of what productivity you can do in your field. So you have to be very careful about your health. You have to envision a purpose. We come from Dubai and we see what a vision can do, what one person's vision can do. I urge you all to study, for example, among the other history that you should study the history of Dubai as well, or the UAE. It's barren land, barren desert land, but one or two people's vision has made it one of the most sought after cities in the world today. The vision was to have the best infrastructure, to have the best roads, to have the best education system, to have the best standard of living. When people asked the ruler, why are you in such a hurry to make all this right now? He asked, why not? I want my people to enjoy the best infrastructure today. I want them to enjoy the best road system today, the best education system today. What that means is, the power of vision can be seen in just a mere 40 years, what it has translated a barren land into one of the most sought after cities. So have a vision, a purpose for yourself. Be passionate about what you do. When Jeff Bezos wanted to start Amazon, he took a call whether to neglect his highly paying administrative job or to go from behind his passion. He decided to go behind his passion, and he became one of the richest people in the world. Now there's something very important he said. He said that I was very passionate about what I did. I didn't try to follow the wave. Please listen carefully. I didn't try to follow the wave. I prepared myself in what I love to do and waited for the wave to come. And that is what made Amazon such a world-renowned company. Next is calculated risk. Our chairman's mantra was to always take calculated risk. Risk, of course, is inevitable. Like they say, since we are born, there's risk if you look at it. But we have to make calculated risks. When we're getting into something, we have to calculate how much of this can we afford. We should not fall flat on our face.
It is truly an honor for me to be here today before you at one of the first pinnacles of your successes. When a child is born, there are a few stages where they achieve success, and the first one, or the most important graduation, is the graduation of their undergraduate course. And the next might be your wedding, the third might be the birth of your child. It makes me really happy today that all the bright and happy faces of BA First Grade College is here. Today is a special day and we have something to celebrate because you have done something indispensable, that is completing your undergraduation. I think we should celebrate our small and big successes much more, because in this frenzy of life, in this life of speed and hectic schedules, you should celebrate those little and small successes, your big successes, so that you're able to, take in all the hard work you have put up to that point. It gives you a satisfaction, a serenity, when you celebrate these successes. Today, as we stand at the threshold of this gathering, I would like to acknowledge that it would have not been easy. We know that well. To arrive to this day, this academic outfit and the ceremony has taken many, many hours of study, of projects, of examinations, of assignments, a lot of serious and determined work. But then you did it with your commitment, ability, consistency, and spirit of sacrifice. So congratulations. I think now that you're in a position to do even more. You have a wealth of knowledge and experience, one which increases your potentiality and also your responsibilities. Our founder chairman, my father, the late Dr. P.A. had a fundamental aspect which he wanted to make sure that all his students inculcate in their character when they study here and when they graduate from here, which he felt and we all feel is the main purpose of education. That is, for each and every one of you to be a good human being. The power of kindness